Okay, so I'm gonna get some practice at some videos. So if you watched my earlier video, saw me showing you some coffee stuff, the prices, waiting for the bus. Well, I just got off the bus. There's the bus stop down there. Now I'm on my way to my friend's house. It's actually my wife's relatives for his birthday party. So, like I said, transportation here is wonderful. Buses, trains. You can take the train here too. It's just a little longer walk. Same price. Maybe a little more for the train, but not much. 56 rubles. Bus was 50 rubles, so less than $1. And so it's just a neighborhood. Now, don't be so harsh on how the sidewalks look. About 2 weeks ago, there was about a foot of snow. So, after the first melt, things are kind of ugly. But they're trying to pick up. You can still see some snow. There's a little nasty pile. And so we're walking, so to show you what a normal suburb neighborhood looks like. Definitely a little overflow problem. See some of my apartment clients' dumpsters. So we have houses over here. Nice. Another difference that you might notice here, besides the apartments, if you ever have a home here, you have a fence. Don't know, but from what I've understood and looked in the old villages, it's always been that way. I don't know if it's just to always keep your little animals in back in the days when everyone had animals, but safety, security, not sure, but everybody has a fence. Doesn't matter if it's a small, tiny, inexpensive house or a very big, nice, fancy one. Everybody has a fence. Very interesting. And I've had the similar comparison. I had some guests from South Africa, and they were mesmerized that in America, no one had fences. And if we did have fences, they were 4 feet tall, more for our dogs and kids than actually to protect anything. So another thing that I like to compare, I tell people, when it comes to zoning laws and things like that for building, I mean, they have building codes, but things here are a little more like Texas. What I mean by that is you can build a big, huge, beautiful house, and you can build a little one-room house if you want. No one's going to stop you, which is nice. And this is a really pretty house. You can only see, of course, the back. That one's really pretty. It's nice. Metal roofs are very common here. Not a whole lot of asphalt shingle. They do have it, but it's not as common. Yeah, that's a really high. Those are very high. Yeah, I haven't really seen one so high on that. It's got a sliding gate. So that's a pretty expensive house. So here you'll see exactly what I mean. So, and now we got this house next door. It's very, very common. And another thing, since we're walking, I'm going to show you, is parking is a problem. Most of these homes were built in a time period when not everyone could afford to have a car. And now, of course, cars are much, much cheaper, but still, even here in Russia, not everybody in the family has a car. Normally, one member of the family will have a car, sometimes two. There's a cute little house. But it's rare for everyone to have a car. But nonetheless, it's still more than what these properties are capable of having. Now, my friends have a little modern property. It's more of a complex, kind of like what we're used to for our apartments, but it's not it's an apartment, but they own it. And they have little outside areas and things. But it's a nice little complex. It's a cluster of smaller buildings instead of the big government-built apartments that you can see are aged. And I will tell you, by the way, do not judge these buildings on the outside for what you think they might look like on the inside, because you will be sorely disappointed if you think the inside looks like that. Now, I'll admit, there's definitely a few that do look like that, but for the most part, you do what you want inside, and people have renovated many, many, many years over. Just depends on what you can afford and what you want. No different than anywhere else, except for one point in time, those were free. But obviously, not anymore. So here we're coming up on the complex. So you can already see it's much more new. Lots of playgrounds. Lots of playgrounds. That's very common here as well. They're just starting to get into recycling. They're not very good at it, but they're learning. And well, that's about it. We're here, and it's a secured neighborhood. We'll see if it's open. If it's not open, then I gotta call them. So I gotta get off the phone so I can call my friends. See you, bye.